Okay, to start the back side, I've already went through and got my total surface area formula and my lateral surface area formula for cylinders, and I wrote it down on all the problems. So if you want to go ahead and do that, pause the video, unpause when you're ready. Okay, so I'm starting the substitutions for surface area of cylinders. It starts with a 2, I got to keep it. Fill in 3.14 for the pi symbol. This one does show me the radius is 18, and it shows me the height is 28. Okay, so I'm bringing down the plus sign. It starts with a 2. Again, I have to fill in my pi number, and they asked for the radius, so I'm going to grab my 18. This time they need it squared to get the area of those bases. Filling in the lateral, I keep the 2 times 3.14. The radius is 18, and the height was 28. Okay, since they both have this part in the formula, I'm going to start with the back one. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead before I write that answer down, because this has the lateral again in the front part. I'm going to pick it up from the plus 2 times 3.14 times 18 squared. Okay, so my total surface area has to be the larger one because that's all of it. Lateral is just part of the area. It's only the sides, okay? So I'm going to write the bigger one for the total, 5,199 and 84 hundredths. This has centimeters. Area is squared. It's flat, two-dimensional. For lateral, 3,165 and 12 hundredths centimeters squared. Okay. Substitution part on the next one. S equals 2 times 3.14. I need the radius. All the way across the circle is the diameter. To get the radius, you divide it by 2. Okay, so since now I've got it turned to where it's sitting on the base, I'm going to go ahead and label that this 30 will be my height. So my radius is 24, 30 is my height. So I've already got my pi number. I need my radius of 24. My height was 30 plus 2 times 3.14 times 24 squared. For lateral, it's going to say 2 times 3.14 times 24 times 30. I'm going to leave that one on my screen because it's the same as how this one starts. So I'm just going to pick up from the plus 2 times 3.14 times 24 squared. The bigger area has to be the total surface area, centimeters squared. The smaller area has to be the lateral. Okay, just 2 more. Then start with the substitution. 2 times 3.14. Again, this gives me the diameter since it's all the way through, so I'm going to divide it by 2 to get my radius. It says 5.7. So that means this 7.8 is going to be the height. Okay, I've got pi times my radius times the height plus 2 times 3.14 times 5.7 squared. On lateral, 2 times 3.14 times 5.7 times 7.8. Start with the shorter one. And don't round as you go. So I'm just going to grab that whole answer and pick up from the plus so I can get the area of these two bases of the cylinder. Uh-oh. Whenever it says error, pick the second one so it will take you to it. Oh, I have two pluses. Okay. Oh no. Where'd my other answer go? Oh, it's right there. Okay, so we're going to round both of these answers to the hundredths place. So that means behind the decimal it goes tenths and then hundredths. Alright, so the lateral surface area is 279 and 21 hundredths meters squared. For the total surface area, if I'm rounding to the nearest hundredth, it's going to be 483 and 25 hundredths meters squared. Okay, last example that you'll see me do, and then you'll have a page to do. Okay, so first step, you make sure that you copy the formula from your chart correctly, okay? Because that's a given, you don't want to mess that part up. Second step, start filling in the numbers. So it's going to start with 2 times 3.14. This one does show me the radius, 3.9, times the height, 6.9, plus 2 times 3.14 times the radius squared, so 3.9 squared. For lateral, 2 times 3.14, 3 times 3.9, and then times, oh my gosh, times the height, 6.9. Okay, so I'm going to type in the shorter one first. I'm going to keep all of this. I'm not going to round it and then add to it. So I'm just going to hit plus with that whole thing in there to pick up the rest of this one. Okay, again, I'm going to round them to the nearest hundredth. So I got 168 and 99 feet squared, or 99 hundredths of a foot squared, because there was a 4, so that gets to stay a 9 because the 4 is little. On the total surface area, 264 and 51 hundredths. And this is feet squared. Okay, so whenever you do your practice page, just keep in mind total surface area is getting the area of all the sides on your cylinder, the 2 circles and the rectangle. Your lateral surface area that is shorter is only getting the area of the sides, so that would be a rectangle, okay?